What's up guys, it's Dallas aka Soup City aka the Dalai Lama, and today I'm going to be going over why you should be going to your locals. Let's get into it. So a lot of you may be thinking, I don't need any more reasons to go to locals. This is what I do. I play card games. I've done this with several other games. This is what my friends do. But for people like myself who have not been playing a lot of card games and have not been going to local tournaments very frequently, this is definitely more geared towards people like that. I've been seeing a lot of people on the Digimon Facebook group commenting and asking questions like, where can I get cards? Where can I play the game? Just like basic questions like that. This video is going to be going over the locals aspect and the benefits that they have for everyone, really, for collectors and for players alike. I'm planning on making another video about how to get cards and other specific resources that I have found very helpful since I'm very new to this, and especially collecting and building decks on a budget. So subscribe to the channel for more content like that. But let's get back to this video. So reason number one, it's a great place to get cards. I'll be going over a few different ways that you can get cards. So one way is buying singles. I've been to two locals at two different stores, and both of them have sold singles, both commons and uncommons, and rares and super rares and alt arts. So basically any cards that you want, there's a chance that they could have them. Now this isn't the case for all local game stores. Some of them may not have singles, but in my experience anyway, if they're selling the cards and hosting the tournaments, they likely have single cards along with that. And that's a great place to get singles. So from what I've seen, each store is different in terms of how they cost those out, how they price the product. One store that I've been to is a quarter per common and uncommon, 50 cents per rare. And then the super rares kind of range in cost, and they can get fairly expensive, but you can also get some for a couple bucks, which is some really good value and a great way to build the decks that you're looking to build, or if you're more of a collector, to get the specific cards that you're looking for. The other store that I've been to, that I went to most recently, prices all the cards off of TCG Player. If you're not familiar with TCGplayer.com, I believe, the website, familiarize yourself with it, because that's kind of the Bible, the central hub of a lot of card games, and the price of cards and the value of cards. Watching that dictates how doesn't dictate, but it kind of shows how the trends of cards are rising and falling. So that's a very useful resource there. And so that local game store, they sold the cards based off of TCG Player prices. Another reason is when you go to a local game store and go to a local tournament, you can win prizes. So each store is different too in this regard, and how much resources they're getting, they're receiving from Bandai, from their distributors. So again, two different stores that I've been to and two different experiences. One store has been giving out booster packs as prizes, as well as promo packs. So even if you were completely selfishly in it for the cards, just to get some cards, because that's a thing that I definitely have been experiencing, and I know a lot of other people have been experiencing. I can't get cards. I can't find cards anywhere. I can't get them for a reasonable price. All I can find is scalper prices online. This is a great way to pay $5, $7, $10 for a night and get hopefully at least one booster pack and maybe a promo pack or two as well. Um, that one store, they give out the prizes based on how well you do. So the better you do, the more prizes you win. So there's some extra incentive to do better and get more prizes and get more cards. And then the other store that I went to most recently, they just gave out promo packs, no booster packs, but they also gave out the new promo cards, the Power Up pack, to just like a random lottery, and I was the lucky winner. I think that's one of the luckiest things that's ever happened to me. I feel like I've never chosen for those sorts of things, so I was very, very excited about that. So maybe you'll get lucky with things like that, and I believe everyone gets something for entering. And again, it's only like $5, $7, $10, so like basically what you're going to be paying for the packs anyway. And you get the next part that I'll be talking about. The next part is fun. Just the fun of the tournament, the fun of meeting new people, the fun of building the community, the fun of playing the game. That's, you know, like what the card game is for. It's called the trading card game. The collecting is also fun as well, but this Digimon game is fun, and I'm very happy about that. I feel like if you are familiar with me and the channel, I kind of got back into collecting for the nostalgia, for the collecting, a lot of like Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I grew up collecting. And apart from Yu-Gi-Oh, which, you know, the anime is based on the card game, Pokemon and Digimon, the card games just weren't that fun for me and my experience, and like my friends didn't really play it, so we were really just into the collecting. But this card game is fun. It's fairly straightforward. I'll go over in another future video about like other ways that you can learn how to play. But yeah, this is a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed my time going to locals. I've shared in another video that I was pretty nervous about going for the first time because, like I said, I have never done this sort of thing. I know that there are people who do this consistently, and so it can be a little intimidating to go in and you know, be like, are people going to judge me for not really fully understanding or not getting the whole card game culture, things like that. But everyone that I've met has been like super nice and really helpful and like willing to explain things to me and talk to me and everything. So I encourage that. The next reason to go to your locals is to play test, to try out the decks that you've been building. If you've been building decks, it's a great place to, you know, just try stuff out and see what works. I know that there's been a lot of groupthink around a lot of decks, and there's a lot of kind of standards that's been set by Japan in terms of like what is viable, what's competitive, and things like that. And from what we've been seeing is that the U.S. and, you know, around the world, people have been creative and have come up with different strategies that weren't around in Japan and have been pretty successful. So you can try something out. Maybe you can, you know, create the next McDonald's control, or, you know, something that's unique to you that is fun for you to play, utilizes some of the Digimon that you like. It's a great place to just like try that stuff out, and then also see what other people are playing at your locals, to figure out like what kind of cards do you need for counters. So the first tournament that I ever played in, out of 4 games, I played 2 black blocker decks, and after the first game with the black blockers, it was so difficult of a matchup for my deck. I added I changed up my deck a little bit. I added a second Cocytus Breath to my deck because I needed some sort of removal for Ragnalordmon, like these big blockers that I just otherwise couldn't get around. So it's good to, you know, be able to see what else is out there to change your deck to adapt to your opponents. And last but certainly not least, trades. Trades are huge at my locals anyway. Um, Cards are currency, and like I said, TCG Player is kind of the source of like the stock of your cards. So you know, if you're looking to collect specific cards to complete a master set of each card of the game that's released, if you're looking to you know, just build decks, there's a place for you in the trading scene at your locals. So I would definitely encourage you to look up the cost of the cards that you have, the price of the cards that you want. So basically what I did, and I'll be going over the cards that I got and that I traded, is I've looked at and identified some decks that I want to build. I've looked at the cards that I would like and a lot of the time need for those decks. And then I've looked at TCG Player to see, all right, how much do all of these cards cost? And basically, how can I get them? And then I looked at the cards that I do have and looked at what are some of the cards that I have that I'm willing to trade, that I don't necessarily want for a collection, don't necessarily want for a deck to build, and what's the value of those cards, and then traded those cards away for a bunch of other cards that I actually need and want for the deck. So in my personal experience, and like I said, everyone has different goals and is looking for different things. I'm trying to play the game and build decks and have fun with this on a budget. This is Soup City budget collecting. And so a great way to do that for me has been basically trading my alt art cards for a bunch of other cards that I need. So in the first ever booster box that I got, I pulled a alt art Shine Greymon, and that was worth like $70 or something like that at the time. And I was able to trade that one card for almost the second half of the deck that I was trying to build. And then this last booster box for BT4, I pulled an alt art Chaosmon, and that is worth what, at least when I traded it away, it was like $47, and the regular art Chaosmon is just a regular rare, and that's like $5 or less. So to me, like, yes, the alt art Chaosmon is sick and it looks really cool, and it would be, you know, kind of a flex to run in the deck. But to me, as a budget collector and trying to build all these decks, like, it's a no-brainer to me to trade the card that is valued at 9 times the price as the card that I just want to run in my deck and run multiple of. So that's another great way to be able to flip one card for several cards. Yeah, it's a good idea to watch TCG Player, look at the prices and how they fluctuate. Like I said, I'll be going over the cards that I got and that you probably saw in the thumbnail. And there were several cards that I saw that initially, upon release, because there's just less cards out there, they were really expensive, and the prices have gone down, and I knew that they would. And so I looked at the prices initially and I was like, all right, I want these cards, I know that I want to build these decks, but I can hold out a little bit, I can wait a week. If you're patient and you know, you can watch the market and things like that, you can really get a lot of value by trading wisely. So let's take a look at the cards that I got. All right, so here are the cards that I got just at one day at my locals trading. And then, like I mentioned, I got really lucky and got the random winner for the power-up pack, and I pulled this Palmon, which is great because this is one of the cards that I'm really been looking for the green deck that I'm trying to build, as you can see. And the other card that I pulled in there was the Holo Alt Art Lobomon, which at that time I think was worth $34, possibly even more. So I was able to trade that card away for a bunch more cards. So basically I traded that promo Lobomon in one trade and a Beowulfmon and an All-Force Vidramon, 3 cards that I wasn't looking for a bunch of cards. I traded a Seraphimon for a bunch of cards. I traded Alt-Art Chaosmon and 3 Lilithmon and the box topper Kari for basically the rest of these cards and some of these cards as well. So I got 30 cards for what, 5-6 cards. And you know, I'm as you can see, I'm trying to build several decks. So these are the decks that I'm trying to build. These are cards that are more or less for the collection, and then these cards are cards that I think will be valuable in the future in like BT5, BT6. So I got a play set of Grand Kawagamon. I haven't been able to get any of the promo packs, and I was able to get a play set of Grand Kawagamon. I had basically given up on the possibility of getting a play set of Grand Kawagamon, and I didn't think that there was any chance that I was going to get the promo Black War Greymon. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get more Nidhoggmon or, you know, get to a play set of War Greymon, get some other like valuable rares. I didn't think that that was possible, but then I went to my locals, I traded a few cards, and I am well on my way to completing 3 decks that I'm trying to build simultaneously. So yeah, I think it's really great value to be trading cards, looking at the cards that you don't want. Chances are someone else does want them. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I strongly encourage you to look into where are some locals near you. Chances are there's at least one store that's within driving distance for you. For me, in the 2 locals that I've been to, I could play Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday every week if I wanted to. I don't have that kind of time or money, but you know, there's lots of different opportunities that are out there, and you know, trading is just like, I don't know, it's kind of a lost art in some circles, I think. I've heard things about, like, you know, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Being less into trading nowadays. It's kind of just been like a buy, sell, but this is a really great way to get cards and to meet new people and continue to build the community. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please like and subscribe for more of this content. Comment down below, I guess, what was your favorite tip, or what's been like another reason that you've enjoyed your locals that I didn't go over. And we'll see you in the next video.